Here's more wrestling news for December 22nd, 2022. And we're starting off with All Elite Wrestling, as the company has a huge roster, but several big stars won't be around for the next couple of weeks. AEW will be missing FTR, Sammy Guevara, and Ty Mello this week, as all four hold titles for AAA and will be competing at a AAA event in Acapulco. FTR are the reigning AAA Tag Team Champions, while Guevara and Mello hold the AAA Mixed Tag Team titles, but that's not the only show that will affect AEW. The January 4th edition of Dynamite will have to go ahead without FTR and Kenny Omega, as all three men will be competing at Wrestle Kingdom. Omega will be challenging IWGP US Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay on the night, while the Tokyo Dome will see FTR defend the IWGP World Tag Team titles against Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. That also means that the Elite can't have one of their best-of-7 series tournament matches with Death Triangle that week, as AEW's roster are in high demand from other promotions. At the latest tapings of AEW Dark, Angelico, Luther, and Serpentico formed a new stable, the Spanish Announce Project, or SAP for short. For longtime wrestling fans, the name immediately rang a bell, as it bears a strong resemblance to a name used in ROH, the original TNA, and numerous indie promotions. That group was the Spanish Announce Team, consisting of Joel Maximo, Jose Maximo, and Amazing Red, who was later replaced by Will Maximo, and people have been talking about Tony Khan's latest group. On Twitter, Joel said that AEW has taken everything from their moves, gear, wrestling style, and now their name, and said that if AEW wanted to use them so much, they'll answer a call. The SAT Twitter account said that fans are neither blind nor stupid and recognized Tony Khan copying them, and shared some messages from fans, one of who called the SAP seriously nauseating. Yesterday, the account gave Tony Khan a deadline, saying he has until the end of today to respond to their comments, though that tweet has since been deleted. Former Impact star Sean Hernandez also shared his 2 cents, quoting a tweet from SAT saying that Khan needed permission or consent, and added a gif of Spike Lee saying, "Do the right thing." Whether the SAP has made a big impact in AEW, only time will tell, but their presence on the most recent AEW Dark taping has already got attention, but not for the right reasons. When Mandy Rose was released from WWE, fans were shocked to see her go, but the former NXT Women's Champion has been doing pretty well for herself since then. Earlier this week, Rose's agent revealed that the ex-superstar has made $500,000 in just 6 days after her release with her website, and is expected to be a millionaire by Christmas Day. Rose will soon have more money than she knows what to do with, and on his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T warned of the problems that fast money can bring. "You must really have the dumbest agent in the world for him to be reporting how much money you make. That is nonsensical to me. Why don't he put how much Uncle Sam is taking out of it as well, you know what I mean? As well as what he's cut, you know what I mean? There's a lot involved there as far as that pop. It's like a boxer getting paid $500,000 for his fight. You think he's getting all of it? Let me tell you right now, they're talking about she's gonna be a millionaire by Christmas. She's gonna have to do a whole lot of naked photos, okay? I'm just being right straight up, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, my sister told me a long time ago, man, and this is the God's honest truth, fast money go fast. I'm serious. Fast money go fast." Rose will have a lot of money this holiday season, but if you follow the lives of any lottery winners, having a ton of money can often lead people to wasting their fortunes. Ultimately, it's Rose's money and she can spend it however she wants, but she'd be wise to be smart about the fortune she's earning online. In March, Big E suffered a broken neck during an episode of SmackDown, which has kept him out of the ring ever since. In what can only be described as a miracle, Big E has been able to avoid surgery, greatly speeding up his recovery time, and he's given an update on his condition. Sitting down with These Urban Times ahead of WWE's holiday show in Atlanta, Big E said he has more scans he needs to get, and the doctors will have a look at his neck and his condition in March, marking the 1-year anniversary of his unfortunate injury. Big E confirmed that his C1 vertebrae is broken and that he wants to make sure everything is rock solid before he thinks about returning to the ring. A former WWE champion, Big E is hoping to wrestle soon, but does not want to rush anything, and we're continuing to wish the New Day member a speedy recovery. At Clash of the Castle, Dominik Mysterio turned on his father Ray and has become one of the most loathed heels in WWE today. At just 25 years old, Dominik has years in the wrestling business ahead of him, but WWE's plan for him will certainly have fans talking. During a recent episode of Raw Talk, Rhea Ripley referred to Dominik as her Latino heat, and that is the direction WWE is heading in. According to sources, the plan is for Dominik to channel his inner Eddie Guerrero, complete with dyeing his hair blonde and donning red tights, just like the late Hall of Famer. This will all be to provoke Rey, ultimately forcing the older Mysterio to accept a match against his son at WrestleMania 39 in California, something Rey has moved to SmackDown to avoid. WWE has already laid out clues for Dominik to be this generation's Latino heat, having the Judgment Day member call himself this generation's Eddie, and Rhea Ripley's I'm Your Mommy shirt is a nod to the former WWE champion. Having Dominik defeat Rey at WrestleMania would be the biggest win of Dom's career, but we can't count out WWE giving Rey a feel-good moment instead. And whoever wins, we expect more lying, cheating, and stealing from Dominik in the coming weeks and months. What do you think to this idea? Are you excited for Dominik to be more like Eddie to provoke his father? Sound off in the comments. AEW CEO Tony Khan has addressed where his promotion stands on talent using social media to generate additional income. This has become a hot topic in the world of pro wrestling following the WWE release of Mandy Rose. Despite holding the WWE NXT Women's Championship for over a year, Rose was dropped from the company shortly after losing the title to Roxanne Perez on the December 13th episode. It was first reported by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful that Rose had been released by WWE due to her racy content on Fan Time. Rose's agent, Malky Kawa, told TMZ Sports that the former WWE superstar has made $500,000 per week since her firing. In the midst of the Rose situation, TV Insider asked Khan what his stance on AEW stars taking to social media to profit off their own content. Khan said, "I try to be flexible with the wrestlers and staff utilizing their personal social media. I certainly recognize that they are leading their own lives the other 5 days of the week when they're not wrestling. They are representing the company as great wrestlers of AEW, but they are also all independent people with separate lives. I try to give people that peace of mind that I'm not going to be Big Brother trying to change everything they do in their life. It's a balance. We want people to promote AEW when they can and do their best to help us grow as a wrestling business." It's been reported that WWE has not closed the door on a potential return for Rose in the future. Whether or not she'll eventually make a comeback remains to be seen, but if Kawa's income claims are true, she may not be in a rush to shut down her Fantime account. Next month, Sasha Banks will make her debut for New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom, but that's not the only big company around. Many fans predict that Banks will soon be All Elite, and that she could be Saraya's mystery partner for the January 11th tag team match against Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. Given the history between Banks and Saraya, the idea of them teaming together has had a lot of fans excited, but on his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T shared his reservations about the idea. Do I think she would do well in AEW? I think she would overshadow anything that's going on in AEW from the women's side more than anything. I mean, it's not anybody over there other than Britt Baker that I think that she really genuinely matches up with her from a star power perspective. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. We'll only know for certain if Banks is Saraya's mystery partner next month, but her arrival in AEW may have negative effects for the rest of the roster. It's not just on screen that fans will spot ex-WWE talent in AEW, as plenty of former superstars work behind the scenes, including Dean Malenko. After parting ways with WWE in April 2019, the man of 1,000 holds would bring his knowledge to AEW not long after, but has been dealing with some serious health issues. On the What Happened When podcast, Tony Schiavone spoke about Dean, noting that he has suffered a heart attack in addition to dealing with diabetes and Parkinson's. His health is not good. We had him on StarCast in Chicago. No one had really talked about it, but he mentioned that he had Parkinson's. He's also had a heart attack. He's got diabetes. He's had some serious health problems, but he's still a part of AEW Backstage. They always make sure that he's of the big matches when you see like Moxley or Danielson or one of those main events, big main events, Dean is always the coach. One of the reasons that they have Dean as the coach for it is he doesn't put up with any bullshit at all. I'm glad to see him still working, but I'm very sad about his health problems that he's had these days. It's great that Malenko is still able to work with AEW behind the scenes despite his health problems, as his decades of experience in the ring and backstage will no doubt be invaluable. Malenko was an incredible fighter for his entire career, and that's still the case now, and we're wishing Dean the best as he deals with these health issues. And we're ending today with Sasha Banks, who's set for her New Japan debut next month and is arguably the biggest name that'll be at Wrestle Kingdom. After it was confirmed that Banks has left WWE, the boss will be appearing at the Tokyo Dome on January 4th in her much-anticipated debut. According to PW Insider, Banks has now arrived in Japan ahead of her Wrestle Kingdom debut, and time will tell what the ex-superstar and Disney Plus star has in store next month.